Chapter 3, Mishnah 7. As a general rule, a Jew cannot remove the prohibited status of something that an idolater made with the intention of worshipping it. If, however, the object was not originally made with the intention of worshipping it as an idol, but became prohibited later because of its connection with an idol, as will be detailed below, it may be possible for the prohibited status to be removed by a Jew. This Mishnah discusses three types of situations, addressing three objects, a house, a stone, and a tree, with regard to whether a Jew can make them permissible for benefit. There are three categories of houses that are prohibited because they were designed by an idolater for idolatry. The first category, a house that was originally built by an idolater to be worshipped as an idol, is completely forbidden. Since an idolater built it to be worshipped as an idol, a Jew cannot remove the prohibition. The second category, if a house was originally built as a dwelling, but an idolater then plastered it or made decorative images on it with the intent of worshipping it as an idol, or he added something to it without intention. The law is that the Jew may remove whatever the idolater added, and he may then have benefit from the house. The third, least severe category, if a house was originally built as a dwelling, and an idolater put an idol into it to make it a temporary house of worship, and he then removed the idol, the house is permitted for benefit because it was never permanently designated for idolatry. The three categories as they apply to a stone. There are three categories of stones that an idolater designated for idolatry. The first, a stone that an idolater originally quarried to serve as a pedestal for an idol. That is, it was carved out of the mountain for the purpose of serving as a stand for the idol, which is to be worshipped along with the idol. It is completely forbidden. A Jew cannot remove the prohibition. The second, if a stone was originally quarried for some other purpose, and an idolater plastered it or made decorative images on it for the sake of being worshipped as an idol, or he added something to it with that intention. The law is that the Jew may remove whatever the idolater added, and it is then permissible to benefit from the stone, since the stone itself was not quarried for the sake of idolatry. The third, if a stone was originally quarried for some other purpose, and an idolater used it as a temporary platform to put an idol on it, without the stone being worshipped, and then removed the idol from the stone is permitted for benefit, because it was never permanently designated for idolatry. The three cases as they apply to a tree of idolatry, Asherah. There are three categories of Asherah trees with regard to whether a Jew can make it permissible to have benefit from them. The first, a tree that an idolater originally planted for the sake of idolatry is completely forbidden. A Jew cannot remove the prohibition. The second, if a tree was planted for a permissible purpose, but an idolater cut it or pruned it, intending that the new growth be worshipped as an idol, and it grew anew, the Jew removes its new growth, and he may then benefit from the tree, since the tree itself was not planted for the sake of idolatry. The third, if a tree was planted for a permissible purpose, and an idolater later put an idol under it temporarily, and he then removed the idol from under the tree, the law is that the tree is permitted because it was never permanently designated as an accessory to the idol. It was known to the time that one of the cases of Asherah trees was the subject to dispute. The Mishnah explores the matter. Which of the cases mentioned in the Asherah is the Asherah that is the subject of a dispute? It is the last category, which is any tree that has an idol under it. The Tanna Kama holds that the tree is permitted only once the idol is removed. Until it is removed, it is forbidden. But Rabbi Shimon disagrees and says any tree that is worshipped is forbidden. But a tree with an idol under it is not considered an Asherah at all and is permitted for benefit even while the idol is still there. The Mishnah records an incident in which Rabbi Shimon implied his ruling. And indeed there was an incident in Sidon where there was a tree that was being worshipped, such as by bowing down in front of it, and they found a mound of rocks under it. Rabbi Shimon said to his students, "Check this mound to see what is buried in it." And they checked it and found an image in it. Rabbi Shimon said to them, "Since the idolaters are worshipping the image and not the tree itself, we will permit the tree for them. That is, the Jews of Sidon may benefit from the tree."